Hey everyone, this is packet number 1, okay? In this specific video, we're only going to look at the common trends, what tends to reappear, and maybe even address a little bit of what the outliers are, okay? What's not so common. So that's pretty much just addressing what tends to reappear. But in the next video, I'll go over, I should say in the next few videos, I'll go over in detail each of those topics there, okay? Each of those trends. So have this packet out. You want to have out about, I want to say 4 highlighters. And if you don't have highlighters, just have 4 different colors. A bright colored marker will work. Whatever it is you can do to kind of just highlight or notes so that we're knowing what type of question we're going to look for here, okay? All right, so here we go. Here's what's going to happen. I'll do it up here, okay? There are 4 trends, okay? And I'll go in order of popularity, okay? So with my yellow highlight, and you could use whatever color you like here, okay? This one here is when they ask you to fill out a slope field, okay? So using whatever color you assigned first, I'm going to show you. It's very easy to see slope fields. So for instance, and to help you guys read this, this means 2006 Form A, okay? They're asking us to sketch a slope field here, okay? So we're just highlighting. We're not working anything out just yet. In 2005, they also asked us to sketch a slope field. In 2006 Form B, they asked us to sketch a slope field. In 2004 B, so you're just highlighting with me. In 2010 B, they asked us to sketch a slope field. In 2008 Form A, you guys get my drift here, okay? So I'm going to go a little bit faster, 2005 B. So it's looking so far that it's hitting every single problem so far, okay? Sketch a slope field. 2002 Form B is probably the first question that does not have a slope field part. So notice how, although it appears often, it doesn't always happen, right? So let's keep going. 2011 doesn't have it. 2003 Form B does not have it. And 1998, 2000 does not have it either. And as I keep going, it's looking like that was pretty much it, okay? The other half of your packet are what we call scoring guidelines, okay? These are the answer keys, okay? So if you're wondering how giant these packets were, half of it are the answer keys, okay? Okay, imagine having to write all of this down. Okay, so that's the most popular one, okay? Move on to your second colored highlight, okay? This one here is when they ask for a particular solution. And what you guys are really doing here is you're studying how they can rephrase the question, okay? Sometimes they'll call it solving the differential equation. You don't hear that too often. Solve the differential equation. Okay, and I'll show you how it looks like. So here, notice in 2006, our very first question, part B, find the particular solution. Okay. There's not a lot of variety here, so you'll notice them using the same type of verbiage. Find the particular solution in 2005. Make sure that you highlight with me. Now, in 2005, part B, notice here how it says, let f of x be the particular solution. It sounds the same, but that's not what they're asking you to do. Here in 2005, part C, they ask you to find it. That's what we're actually looking for, okay? So be careful with where you highlight. 2006 in part C, they ask you to find the particular solution again. Again in part C here. Here. So in 2008 Form A, notice how it's actually part B here because they ask you to find the particular solution. And it's not necessarily part C because it's asking you to find something else. Here it's a limit. Okay, 2005 Form B. Okay, here's where it varies a little bit, okay? Sometimes they'll say, find the solution to the given differential equation. That's the same thing as solving the differential equation, which is the particular solution, okay? So that's a little bit different. 2004, find the particular solution. 2007, do we have it in... Okay, it's not part C because it says let f of x be a particular solution, so we're not going to highlight that. It doesn't seem to have it here in 2007b. 2002, both of them say let f of x be the particular solution, so we're not going to highlight those, okay? Because they're not asking us to find it. 2011, find the particular solution W, okay? Different, but not really. 2003, write an expression for f of x by solving the differential equation. This one's written a little bit differently there, okay? But that's a common one. That's the same thing as finding the particular solution. 1998, very old school. I haven't seen this recently, but they might use the same verbiage. Who knows? Find f of x by solving the separable differential equation, right? Same idea, written a little bit differently. 2000 here, find a solution to the differential equation. We've seen that before. 2010, find a particular solution. 2012, use separation of variables to find y, which is the particular solution. Okay, written a little bit differently, but the same thing. And then that's it. The rest are answer keys, right? Okay, so that appeared a lot, but not always. And that's kind of what you guys have to play, right? You look at the common questions, and there are going to be some uncommon ones, the outliers, that we'll have to address as well, okay? Go ahead and move on to your third highlight. Okay? This one here, they tend to ask for an equation of a tangent line. Doesn't appear that often as the first two, but it's often enough to want to highlight, okay? So I'm going to go through this quickly because the highlighting part is easy to do. Part B. In 2005, write an equation for the line tangent, and then they asked us to do something else there. Actually, I'll highlight the whole thing. Okay. So we're looking for some indication of writing a tangent line. Okay, I don't see it. Don't see it here either. 2008, I don't see it here either. 2005, write an equation for the line tangent. Okay. 2004, I don't see it here. 2007. Not really here. 2002. Oh, I missed this one. Okay, go back to your last highlight. I think it was it green that I used? Okay, that was tricky. I didn't catch this. It says part B in 2002, let y be g of x represent the particular solution, and then they tell you to find it. Tricky, right? Okay, I'm going to go back to my blue. Was it blue? Yeah. use the line tangent to the graph of W, and you want to use that to approximate. Okay, so that's the same thing as the equation of a tangent line, written a little bit differently. 1998, write an equation of the line tangent to the graph of F and use it to approximate. But notice they also ask you to find the slope, which is not that far off from finding the equation of a tangent line. So I'm going to highlight that as well. Okay, 2010, write an equation of the line tangent. Use the tangent line to approximate. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay, and I'm moving quickly because you want to be able to move on to that last video where you can actually go over the problems, right? Okay, the last one doesn't appear too often, but they tend to talk about the second derivative. Something regarding the second derivative, so whether it's talking about concavity in general or the second derivative or anything that is used with the second derivative, we want to highlight there, okay? So again, it doesn't pop up too often, it's not too popular, but let me show you where it appears. Okay, 2007, Form B, find the second derivative, and then they talk about something concave up, right? So that's everything that's second derivative related. And again, we'll go into detail about how to actually tackle these problems. Now here, I'm actually going to go ahead and highlight part C as well. When you're trying to find the relative min or max, that could involve the second derivative as well. The second derivative test, which I'll talk about. But again, we're just highlighting right now. Okay, 2002 Form B. I noticed that they're talking about whether we have a local max or a local min, just like that last problem. Such that the line. Okay. 2011, they mentioned something about a second derivative and using it to finding out if it's an under and over an estimate. Okay, that also deals with the second derivative there. Here's another second derivative problem, f double prime. Um, 2010 is a little bit sneaky. In part B, you're finding out if something is greater than or less than. That's, in other words, over or under approximation. Has to deal with concavity. Right here, second derivative. And then that's it, right? So we've highlighted 4 big common trends, which looks like a lot right now, but when we actually do the problems, you're going to see how easy it is, okay? I want to note that before I end this video, there were some problems that were not highlighted. For instance, part B here in 2006, sometimes you will get outliers, okay? Some parts that don't necessarily fit under the common trend, okay? Right here too, we have another outlier. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but there will be questions that you don't highlight. And I'll talk about how we can address those questions later, okay? Okay, in the next video, we're actually going to go ahead and tackle each of these separately, but go at your own speed, okay?